Welcome back to Rise and Heal. Hello. If you're listening to this in a moment of weakness, if your heart is heavy, let this moment be the end of your worries and the beginning of new hope. Today, I bring you a gentle but powerful message. Everything will be okay. Stay with me, open your heart, and let these words touch you where you need them most. Comfort. For the weary soul, there are days when we feel like a wanderer in the desert. The road is safe, the sky is heavy, our steps are weary. The message to you today is simple but profound. He is walking with you. He sees every sorrow, every worry, and he wants you to let go. Trust is not easy, but it is a strength. When you take his hand, you are no longer alone. Imagine a green field after a storm. That is what the soul looks like when you allow yourself to rest in God's arms. He invites you into a place of peace, where the soul is nourished by his tender love. Pause your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. Let go of your fleeting thoughts and place them in his heart. That is the first act of faith, simple but transforming. Practical guide, how to keep peace in fashion. Stop and rest with him. Instead of chasing news, fears, or joyful anticipations, take time each day to find quiet. It could be 5 minutes in the morning or a minute before bed to talk to creation. Write down the names of those you pray for. Write them down. Not because he forgets, but because it activates your faith. When you write down a loved one's name in a notebook, you are bringing them before God in active faith. Do good and forgive. Forgive not because the other person deserves forgiveness, but because you need to free yourself from the shackles of evil. Do good when people don't see it. That's the test of faith. Keep prayer visible when everything around you is running guns. Prayer is the hard pole. Pray with the confidence that your words will touch his heart. The promise of protection and transformation. God promises he will not abandon you. He will protect, guide, and bless. Not a promise, Bestis. It is a commitment. When you change direction, abandon the habits that have held you back, and choose to live in truth, you will find him opening new doors. Wisdom will be enhanced, character will be renewed, image will be strengthened, and opportunities will appear in unexpected ways. Understand that good aging will not always come in the way you imagine. It may come in the form of a new opportunity, a healing relationship, or simply the inner peace that allows you to live better for your family. It is something that ordinary life cannot buy, but God gives. Gentle warning. Do not let increased strength become strong courage come. The second great challenge is to be strong. Lord, receive grace with a humble heart. Do not let success blind you. Do not let defeat lose substance. The greatest blessing is being used to uplift and enhance the lives of others. Let love and humility be your hallmark. Illustrative stories, drama, emotional. Here are 3 specific illustrative stories, rewritten in an emotional storytelling style to help listeners feel the message more deeply. The mother and the prayer book hang is a single mother struggling with 2 jobs every day to raise her children. One night, when mystery is empty and boredom creeps up, Hang kneels under her child's small bed, running her hand to write the family's name in a studded book. The first time in her life, she truly prays with an open heart. She doesn't allow the color to solve the problem immediately. She just hopes to have the strength to wake up the next morning. However, the following week, a small opportunity comes up. A neighbor introduces her to a store that needs a part-time assistant with a better salary. She takes the job without forgetting the small talk. Gradually, her job became more stable. Her child got books, and surprisingly, an old friend, hearing her story, helped her connect with a vocational training class. Hang realized nails are not just about money at that moment, but a chain of linked hands, starting from her own act of prayer. She said, "I learned to wait and fight, and trust that He starts with small things to pave the way for bigger things." Small acts of faith are the beginning of a chain of unexpected strength. Don't underestimate small steps. The Abandoned Artist, turning pain into mission. Min is a talented local artist who has suffered a series of setbacks: cancelled contracts, broken relationships, a waning reputation. He thought it was all over. One rainy morning, he heard a simple prayer on the radio: "No matter what, you will not abandon me." Min decided to stop being his character. He began serving the community by teaching poor children about art for free. In humility, he found new meaning. The small classrooms gradually became a place of connection, and a producer who happened to see an exhibition of the children. He was invited to direct a community program, and through it, Min's reputation was restored. But more importantly, he found his purpose again and realized that his previous wounds had worn away his heart to be more compassionate. "I met God in service. That's where the wound turned into strength," he says. When you offer your wounds to God and choose to serve, He turns your pain into a mission. And from there, it spreads like wildfire. Family in the storm. Faith holds together. Nam's family lost their main source of income when their company closed. They faced a storm of debt and pressure. Instead of falling apart, they chose to sit together every night, share their worries, write down the names of loved ones in a prayer book, and recite a short prayer together every day. Over the months, a commenter sent a small donation. A neighbor helped with some products. The eldest son asked to work more, and gradually the family got through. What is most valuable is not the money, but the connection, the joy of believing, and the will to not abandon each other. Faith practiced together in the family creates lasting strength, sometimes perfecting the community and family, not instant miracles. A powerful, promising, and formal word. You may have heard many promises in the world, but this one is not from someone who changes over time. It is the commitment of Jai to love you unconditionally. When you give your hand, when you move in a new direction, letting go of bad habits, giving up things that impoverish the soul, you will feel the wind of renewal. He gives you wisdom, struggle, inner change, the foundation of all solid success. But this path is not immune to challenges. There will be times when you will face doubts. There will be people who do not understand. There will be days of seemingly endless darkness. That is when you need to hold on tighter to your faith. When the storm is fiercest, remember that the hand that covers is larger than any situation. Actively believe. Believe not just with feelings, but with actions. Pray, write, ask for grace, serve, rest in His love. Take a quiet time to regain balance. Peace does not disappear because of circumstances. It is maintained when you start from a relationship with God. Change your heart to welcome the divine. When you give up bad habits and choose good ways, opportunities will come. Inner renewal is the premise for solid health. Humility and service. The greatest blessing is spent serving others. Keep a humble heart to receive what is deserved. Love your family and community. Investing in people and community will be spiritual but lasting. Keep faith when tested. Don't give up. It is in the testing that you are honed and prepared for greater rewards. Remember, you are not alone. When darkness falls, you have a hand to hold. When fear wants to swell, there is a voice that whispers, "Everything will be okay." Live with that faith, do good, and let love lead the way. Thank you for taking the time to listen. See you in the next videos of Rise and Heal, where we heal, rise, and live fully. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share with friends and relatives, and watch at 6 p.m. every Thursday and Sunday. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.